Well, Karlsborg is would be very vulnerable to air surveillance and air strikes or anything like that, except for the strange atmospheric effects which are covering it at this time. So at this time, the official forces can only approach to a certain distance, which is considerably away from the grounds, the walls of the fortress. So that's one consideration. Um, Now, Havsmanen, of course, is not like others and is able to, has found places to approach from the water's side. Um, there are uh, two locations. One is Havsmanen, who is, examining the points of entry. Some of these um, have been unused for a very long time, and I assume those are the ones you are interested in. Um, and then the situation with the cosmonaut is a little bit different because you are in this complex of tents where they have set up tables and computers and other military apparatus um, that has all these people in there doing their jobs and stuff like that. A little temporary command center. Now, the administrators or officers who claim to be from uh, SOG or KSI or other agencies um, are, in fact, I think there's even the one security agency. What is it? The sort of general security agency, the defense one, the sort of the FBI of Sweden.
Säpo.
Right.
Säpo.
Yeah. Säpo. And they and so somebody from there is there, but Hankvist and his superiors are playing the "we were here first" card, and so this is our business. We run this kind of thing. So that's none of your problem. You don't even have to witness these interactions. Hausmannen, who I would like you to roll stealth.
All right.
I assume you are attempting not to be picked up by surveillance devices or prying eyes.
And I roll 7.
Oh, that's very good. Yes, has to be your dexterity or less. So you have been stealthy, and I'm going to have some fun with you, if you don't mind, because as what we are seeing actually is that you can flatten yourself like a flounder, right? And swim, like a flat thing, at least to some extent, right? To some extent enough to be cool. So, so that's part of your stealthiness, right? Is being able to do that. And you also mentioned a little bit of camouflage and things like that, and all of that makes perfectly good sense. We get a good look at, oh, look what else he can do, right?
Yeah. And I just want to say, if this was a comic, there would probably be, I don't like this, if I'm in water, because this is not salt water. Oh. So this is a lake.
Yuck.
Even if it has, So I have almost like a bit of a claustrophobic feeling, I imagine. Mm-hmm. Not that it's a cramped space, but that the lake is closed.
Right.
So it's not open sea. It doesn't feel right. And the water is not salty, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's got to be. You need to.
So I'm not enjoying any of this.
But I mean, Vättern is really, really deep.
I know.
So there's some comfort in the depth.
Yeah, sure. It's not a small puddle, but still.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now the situation for Cosmonaut is that Hankvist is very, very welcome there because the officers of UNDK, I guess, are very, very happy to have the man who knows, the man who's been dealing with the superheroes here finally. And they were kind of wondering, what happened to you? And he's like, don't ask. And so And there's much discussion of what was going on at Göteborg, but on the other hand, everything is crazy. Nobody's making sense. Well, Cosmonaut, you may be surprised at the kind of response you get when you show up. Nobody is going to stop you from going wherever you want and looking at whatever you want. And it's not because they consider you are part of the team, it's because they are scared of you. So, so you are perhaps a little surprised that all of these people are not going to. If you want to go and punch a computer keyboard or something, nobody's going to stop you.
I'm probably surprised, but I'm actually a bit nervous about what's about to happen. I really understand that this is severe, so I'm surprised. But right now, I'm really. It's good that I get space because I'm inside my own head and trying to find my kind of tune into the suit.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm kind of doing a couple, the things that I told you last time, like the computer things. But I'm basically trying to get the gut feeling when to. Now I'm supposed to go. It's not a tactical decision. It's more like feeling where Havsmannen is and feeling that the suit is ready.
Excellent. Well, the most important thing is that they will bring in some security guys, very much the kind of guys who block roads or who do a search over an area. They bring in a woman who is extremely she does not look submissive. She does not look like she has been she may have been told what to do, but that does not mean she is about to do it. And she is angrily telling them you have no idea how important this is. And the security guys go up to a more important security officer and say that they found her running around way past the perimeter, way past where anyone else. She got farther than anyone else, and she says that she has photos, she has pictures of the of some things that she's seen, and she says that's right, and they're uploaded to the cloud right now, and there's nothing you can do about it. So mess with me and those go live, but I really think you need to see them. And then she sees Cosmonaut, and she basically does the get your hands off me anyway. What do you think I'm going to do, big scary guys? Ooh, let go. And she manages to get loose enough that she throws her arms around the Cosmonaut in a big hug. And
I hug her back.
and she says, she says, you need to see these. You need to see these now. And so, are you going to let the security guys pull her off, throw her to the ground, put her face down, put their knee in her back, and handcuff her?
No.
Okay.
I just
that's what they were planning on doing. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't think you've ever met Ulrika before, but you did see her on the screen when she was calling for you and Hasman. And that Hasman had identified her as an acquaintance.
Yeah. So I understand that. So I have good vibrations about her right now. So I really want to see them. I really want to see the pictures. Show me the pictures.
All right. And so so she punches in a code, onto her telephone. And she's not making them go live on the internet. She's, she says, okay, now they're open. right? And somebody else, shoves over a laptop and with just an ordinary cable and says, "Here, can we see them?"
Yeah.
So, she looks around and says, "Sure." And so punches it in and connects it, punches the phone. Okay. A very different kind of craft, of flying machine, has arrived at Karlsborg. And it appears first in a burst of light, and then it glides just over and just into the atmospheric effect at the wall by the water. And then people jump from it down onto the wall. And at that point, the picture zooms because Ulrika, zoomed it, right? And it becomes less focused, but you still get a better look at the people. And she said, and just after this, the ship disappeared. So these guys went in, and the what they look like are um, two men and a woman. One man and one woman jumped down in what appear to be some kind of a trained military way from the craft, which, by the way, has all sorts of strange rounded curves that come to points. So think of like a swooping metal curve, and then it ends in sharp points. And there's a bunch of these sticking in different directions, but the whole thing is very aerodynamic looking. So it's a sort of a flying bladed, scary, high tech, super not normal technology. And and then the third person, who's also male, actually walks down the air like a staircase to get to the wall. And she says, she said, "Watch here," because that one turns and looks roughly back toward the camera, not necessarily at the camera, but turns and looks out apparently over the water. And so you can see that person. And it is uh, a white man, about maybe 30 or 35 at the most, but he's very young looking. He has longish, kind of wavy hair. He is, but most distinctly, just his posture and this, you can catch his expression, which is of this kind of, he's got this smile. He's looking forward to this kind of look. And at that point, he blazes into fire. And it's actually a little bit creepy. His clothes blaze off of him, and he I will describe it more carefully. Right now, it's so strange; it's hard for you to actually understand it. But he does have some sort of outfit, but it seems to be it seems to be framed. It seems to be part of the fire, I guess is the best way to put it. And he, I'll explain it when and if you come closer to this guy. But there is a very distinctive symbol that is apparently like on his chest, like branded or, painted or tattooed or something on his chest. It is some sort of extraordinarily simple but strange cross. It's not a German cross. It's not a Celtic cross. It's definitely a very different thing. You've never seen it before. Also, he, after he turns and looks and this happens, then he continues to walk down and is past the wall. At that point, the ship gives off some sort of energy and the picture disappears. And when the picture comes up, it's Ulrika's face, looking up her nose as she's trying to make her camera work again. Okay, and so she says, who, this is what I have. And while everybody's sort of like staring, she'll turn toward the main security guy and say, "You're welcome." Right. Varsågod.